Hello, everyone. So today I'd like to share a pretty quick video all about trimming off some unwanted tree material. At the base of this apricot tree, I have some things, some little stems and all that poking up from the base, and I want to trim them down. I trimmed them down in the early spring, and they're all back huge and tall again, so I'm trimming them back again. I'm not very knowledgeable about trees, to be honest. They're a pretty big blind spot, and so if someone can tell me, is this like, because this tree is pretty old, is it like trying to regenerate from the base, or I'm kind of curious if anybody knows why this is happening. So yeah, I'm trying to use these plant trimmings to help build a kind of like a terrace, not a terrace. What is the word? Trellis, for a grapevine that is popping up behind the fence. So we have grapes in our yard. I actually got to taste a few the other day, the first time that we've tasted them, and they're delicious. Previously at our old place, I think we had Concord grapes, and I was not a huge fan of them fresh. They make delicious grape jelly, but the grapes that we have now are pretty nice to just eat, like they're table grapes, and that's just really nice. So anyway, I have a grapevine that is popping up behind the house, and I think it's probably some bird dropped a seed down there, and we have some unknown grape that'll be springing up, and so I want to foster that kind of growth. So I want to support it with something, and so that's what I have in store for these apricot twigs, I guess. I'm not sure what to call them, but so that was my grand scheme, my big thought for this project. And I was like, well, I can like tie it up with some twine, like I have yarn and stuff like that. Like I could make like a structure. And then when I actually got back out behind the fence, it was kind of hot. It was a hot evening, and I just kind of thought we'll do a little bit more of a wild approach. So I think in the future I could probably make something more structural, but for right now, I didn't do a ton with these. I just used a couple. And I also used several just throughout the yard to help support some of my pole beans as they grow up taller, to give them some support to grow up. Because I just have those all over the yard. So I might use even more of the ones that I didn't use for the beans. I also have beans coming up in the front yard, but those are struggling a little bit because it's been very hot recently. We're going into a week where I think it's going to be over 100 for the next week. And I think all of California pretty much is having a pretty big heat wave right now. So I'm fairly used to the hot weather, but it's not cooling down in the nighttime, which is a little unusual, I guess. So not super excited about that, but So anyway, I use all this leaf material in the compost. So really everything gets used. These sticks, if they're not going to be used for a structure, can always be used as like a little habitat pile, or as just slower compost. None of this is just going to get sent off somewhere, which is good. So here you can see I'm just kind of winding up the vine using one of the branching sticks. And I'm thinking, I really don't know anything about pruning. grapes. I've tried it in the past and I need to do it this year for our big bushy grapevines that we have in our yard. That's so hugely daunting for me. But I have kind of an idea of what I want to do with this because I do want it to go up kind of the fence. So anyway, that's all I have for today. And thanks for watching.